Hey, I'm Llytic.
Hi, I'm Tom.
That's Zane.
I didn't hear the other guy say anything, but I'm gonna assume he
said
did. Hi, I'm also here. It's me.
That zany boy.
It's Gooseman.
Today, welcome to What Are We Reading? And today we're reading 30 H's, or otherwise known as
Or based on the small snippets I've read, Awesome Incarnate.
Basically, it's... If any of you did listen to our My Immortal reading, just imagine the antithesis of that.
Yeah, so it's going to be great.
Yay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with that, I think I'll start us off.
Okay, shall we start this?
Yeah, I'm gonna start us. Dobby relished his groin-saw's roar as he withdrew the flesh-choked blade from the astronaut's ruined skull. He turned to Harry, thrusting his bloody, retina-covered pelvis with elfin fervor.
We just started, and what the fuck?
I could do an epic voice too, and I don't need to be possessed. But then again, this is a speaking line, so it's going to be anything but epic.
It's Dobby speaking, so
Yeah, I've got to do like a high-pitched squealy voice. How does Ronnie Ron taste, Master?
Harry spat out an eyeball, like some kid with eyes.
well, he's not wrong. Most people taste like some kid with eyes. Dobby ducked an astronaut's poison barbed fist, digging his groin side to the beast's abdomen and letting the spray of viscera wash over his elfin space armor. The skull's eye sockets on his shoulders grew brilliant with an infernal cast and vomited a bolt of lightning through the astronaut. He was thrown back against the death wall, his flesh boiling in another dimension.
This is like all of my super bloody and action-filled fantasies I had when I was 13. I mean, I didn't involve a groin saw, but there were plenty of chainsaws involved.
You're telling me that none of your fantasies involved a groin saw?
No.
Mine involved a unicorn with a chainsaw for a horn.
Cybercorn.
Even better, a unicorn with not only a chainsaw for the horn, but also a chainsaw for a face.
I was more of a Pegasus guy myself, but...
So it's got a chainsaw.
Wait, so it's a chainsaw.
Another chainsaw on top of it.
It's a chainsaw spinning on the chainsaw, or it's a chainsaw off to the side of the chainsaw that's not spinning on the chainsaw.
The chainsaws
I don't know.
Like the body part, you know, where the gas tank and all that shit is? The secondary chainsaw is on the gas tank part of the chainsaw.
Oh, that's great.
So it's like
was
a
thinking,
Yo, dog, I
every
heard
single
you like
indiv-
chainsaws, so I put chainsaws on your chainsaw so you can chainsaw while you chainsaw.
I was
Is that
thinking
how that
every
goes?
chain on the big
Yeah.
chainsaw was just a smaller chainsaw.
So it's just like spinning.
That would be very rip and tear.
Doom guy got an upgrade.
No.
Chainsaw,
My headcanon
the communicator.
My headcanon is that Doom Guy is Ash from Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
I still love the Doom comics, mainly because of that one line. Oh yes, the
Rip and tear.
chainsaw. Oh yes, the chainsaw, the great communicator.
Oh, I have that bookmarked on my tablet. I love that comic so much.
Anyway, it's your go.
Oh yeah, Harry slapped Dobby, who giggled. Oh God, it's like sadomasochistic.
Harry reminded himself to kill himself later. Right. Ebony, is that you? Is this like your cutting session?
Well,
I
there
mean,
is a
if you're
groin saw.
If you're an omnicidal maniac, that means at some point you're going to have to kill yourself, too.
That's the true omnicidal apex, I guess.
Master, look out!
Dobby's groin saw screamed as it flew off the armor, rocketing through the air like an early dream of mankind. Like an early dream of mankind?
What the fuck? Oh my god.
My dreams are chainsaws!
My dreams are dick chainsaws. Chainsaw dick.
It flew through 3 astronauts who dropped their hell spears. I don't know what a hell spear is, but I want one. As the saw cut a hole in the ground beneath them, so they fell to hell forever, as opposed to the next 5 minutes.
As actually, there's an edit right there, because if memory serves, the original part of that had it to mention that they were being raped for all eternity by demonic spheres.
Oh, God!
That's pretty
I'm not
hot.
kidding.
Wait, what did you just say, Zane?
What?
I would hate to see your internet history.
Probably.
Well, I mean, he used to be part of it anyway whenever you look at his icon.
Yeah.
All right, on to chapter 2.
Here we go.
Zane's turn.
Your go, Zane.
Oh, fuck. Now, Dobby.
Great Harry Potter impression.
Now, Dobby. Come on.
Grab my hand, Ron. I can't. It's too sweaty.
Oh, God.
Have you seen all those Harry Potter pictures around with like where he's dual wielding the guns? I'm thinking it's like that kind, like Harry Potter.
Well, I mean, guns would have fixed a lot of problems in the Harry Potter universe. I went over that in my mortal, but I'm gonna reiterate now.
Pretty sure you could easily use some sort of flame spell to literally melt the bullets before they could do anything to you.
Could you be faster than a bullet, though? That's the question.
It'd be expecto bang. You'd be dead. Like that's what you do with wizards in the Harry Potter universe. You'd be like,
But they
freeze,
don't
don't
have
speak.
to say the name of the spell.
Well, yeah, but even so, a bullet can hit you within a fraction of a second. It takes at least a second for someone to
On
conjure
top
up
of that,
magic.
you have the question of how does magic affect the brain?
Yeah, as far as I can tell from the books, it doesn't seem to grant anyone supernatural abilities other than they can use their wands for like magic stuff.
'Cause
I
you
mean,
have
If it's all
anyone
in the
with-
head, though, they have to like wait for like
I mean, if
their
it was-
hand movement to finish. So like literally, don't move or don't speak, and that's all you got to do.
I
So,
mean,
like the whole
my-
thing with like Harry Potter seems to like my whole thing is like if you have anyone that has even a modicum of foresight,
yeah,
they'd
but
be
that's
able to
the whole
counter
thing.
that.
Yeah, no, it's like if you're not expecting it, then a gun would probably deal a little bit of damage. But like if you if you're not expecting it, the only person who could probably react in time would be someone like Dumbledore or Voldemort, who have like a lot more years under their belt than like a young wizard like Harry or Ron.
Or someone
when,
who's like adept in divination.
yeah, no, that would definitely be something like they can see like just a second before the bullet goes off, so they can be where it's not, or it's weird. I mean,
God, I just flashed back to one of the guys from Bungo Stray Dogs. His ability was literally that he could see like 5 seconds into the future all the time.
that would be a very useful ability, honestly.
It's so literally like all of a sudden he sees himself get shot and he immediately knows where the bullet is coming from and gets out of the way.
Yeah, that would work.
Like it's
Okay.
mentioned that if anyone ever tried to take him in a fight, they would lose no matter what.
Yeah.
Kill him in his sleep. Unless his foresight helps that too.
Again, that's not during a fight.
Yeah, let's see. I think it's your line.
You guys kept going with the gun thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Dobby knelt before his master.
Harry withdrew his guitar, Fuck Slayer, from a dimension where all screamed for naught.
Dear Lord, this is
Oh,
like
so
a
metal
different
concert.
level of edge.
But it's the right kind of edge.
Yes,
like
it's the
doom
best
edge. It's
This
not
is
agony
ascended
edge,
edge.
it's doom edge.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
Rot from the silver hearts of heaven's false promise, laced with vessels that pulsed with angels' menstrual blood. God, what? Angels have periods?
Fuck yeah!
I don't think so.
It's a mammalian. It's a mammalian type being.
Okay.
Who from
It
the
has a
horns of
placenta.
Satan's generals? It laughed as it was set loose. A laugh that only Harry could hear, but no one could share.
God, I want to make a magic weapon in a D&D campaign like that now. Hewn from the horns of Masters of the Seven Hells. As it kills, it laughs, but only the wielder can hear it. That would be
If
amazing.
you're gonna do this, you need to have it to where it's made out of all of this.
Yeah, no, well, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to go that over the top. But...
Do it. You have to have the most. Have it as a weapon drop.
Okay.
Like you kill some overpowered boss and they had it on them.
Yeah, no, if they go up against an overpowered boss, the party's gonna die.
Oh god, it was on Harry from this fan fiction. What do we face now?
I don't know.
Harry.
Make it no. Make it a legendary bard weapon and make it an legendary bard instrument and make it an actual guitar.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just imagining. So what's the boss of this dungeon? Harry. Well, that doesn't seem so bad from 30 H's. Wait, what? And it's
They
like
would have-
this.
They
It's
would
like
have
a
no
god-
idea what I'd be talking about, and it
It's
would
like
be
a god
glorious.
tier bard. It's a god tier bard.
That would be awesome.
Harry swung the guitar through Dobby's chicken neck. He took the head of his fallen dwarf slave and tore open his stomach, stuffing the head inside. Harry vomited steam and summoned a great meteor from space to smash into Hogwarts and kill everyone there for no reason at all.
True chaos.
A vision then appeared. It was Dumbledore, entombed in his cursed mummy armor, calling Harry from his moon base, which wasn't on the moon.
So, did we give Dumbledore a Scottish accent, or was that someone else in My Immortal?
No, Scottish accent was young Voldemort.
Okay, what do we do for Dumbledore?
I think it was supposed to be an impression of Dumbledore from the Goblet of Fire movie.
Okay. Headphone users, rest in peace. That's a warning. Harry, you must rock the fuck out!
Fuck yeah!
Oh no. Harry channeled his rage through Fuck Slayer. The angel blood boiled as he summoned the great meteor, swathed with the blood of the teeny fucklings at Hogwarts, leapt onto it and flew into space. He encased the entire meteor in a wreath of holy fuck fire and flew through Mercury, killing the fuck out of it. Then he sent Mercury's carcass into Phoenix, killing the fuck out of it and making every vagina in the galaxy explode. And it's like every vagina, a booby sang of mortals' life fleeting precipice. What the fuck is this?
Okay, I don't want to make any assumptions, but drugs may have been involved.
See, I'm telling you, you gotta make this guy a boss in a D&D campaign.
I might, if they
He
survive this
literally
adventure
killed
that
a
I'm
planet.
crafting right now.
He literally killed a planet.
And with that dead planet, he killed a second planet.
Harry
Oh.
then did fly his meteor through space, punching astral vampires in half with his fists encased in fuckfire, and throwing their ruined heads into the past where they bit cavemen on Mars, so that history changed, and now there were vampire cavemen on Mars.
What the fuck?
Harry received another vision from Frumblegore, who was having tea in chum pits with the president of Pangea.
The president of Pangea, you say?
Of course.
Oh man, I love this. Okay, so this is supposed to be Dumbledore, right?
Dumbledore. Frumblegore. Dumbledore, yeah.
Okay. Care to have tea, Harry?
You know I hate chumpets.
Chapter 3!
Here we go. I am descending into madness, and I am loving it.
Harry slammed his book shut. It wasn't really a book, because the pages were made of lasers, and the words were made of headless women making godless love to dragons made out of motorcycles. But it was still reading.
Was it, though?
Well, yeah.
It's sounding more like acid.
It has words.
Gumbledorp, if you don't stop, we'll starve, and no one will be around to kill everyone in the universe if we get around to bringing everyone back to life after we killed them.
God-tier omnicidal maniac.
I am no longer Scrumblegort.
The ancient man dropped some of the planets he was juggling.
Wait, he was just juggling planets?
Yeah.
All right. The worlds have shifted. I am Dumblecop of the Dark Meal.
I love this. Zane?
Oh, I don't know what
Hey.
the Dark Meal is. What?
Zane!
What?
Your go!
He
He
flexed
flexed
one
one.
of his legs, which was made of pistols, and he kicked the planet in half. I can't do this, guys.
I'm loving this.
This is cathartic.
And awesome.
Okay, your dark meal. Faggot of a thousand sons.
Dumblecop sniffed.
And what of it? Oh, who the fuck is speaking?
Dumblecop.
And what of it? Is it a sin? Should a man feel like fagarding?
Yep.
Guarding a son of or a thousand? Why should the suns heave through the void? It's not to be skewing upon by our florid fag poles? By upon our fag.
I'm pretty sure that is the in-universe euphemism for dick.
Boy.
Skewer 1,000 suns on a dick the size of the universe.
Harry cast a glance at the book. Unsavory sounds emanated from a particularly damned chapter. He was hungry. He looked at a nearby cup. It had a faded brown film on the bottom. He thought about chum pits. On to chapter 4.
Okay, unsavory sounds emanated from a particularly damned chapter. That sounds almost Lovecraftian.
This is a
In the
Lovecraft
worst way.
story from the perspective of the Eldritch Abomination.
Yeah. Let's
Pretty much.
let's not take Stevie to parties.
Probably shouldn't.
Harry found some food. It was guarded by 3 in a million thousand surf ninjas, for it was the last food on Surf Ninja Moon X. The ecology had been decimated by surf ninjas, so the last food was a cabbage and mustard sandwich. Harry squatted in the ruins of a castle which had been many skulls arranged to resemble one large one. It had been poorly done, with the cheeks fading into an amateurishly executed jawline. The silent
That's
killers
metal.
of the night had negated their innate advantage by only plying their craft on surfboards during the day.
Use your arms, bend your knees. That movie was fucking terrible.
I don't know whether this guy who's writing this is a genius or if he's just insane.
Honestly, I love the plot synopsis.
We'll
Harry
have to read
eventually
that later.
eats a sandwich and discusses life with a famous author. Not
Your line, Zane.
technically wrong.
Harry was about to eat his cabbage.
Cabbage
He was about to eat his cabbage when a man in a tuxedo appeared from behind nothing much. What? He stood 10 feet tall and his head seemed wrapped in unwrappable darkness.
I am Rape Radbury. I write critically acclaimed fiction that always turns into fact. That's why I have more money than anyone.
Harry dug a bit of cartilage out of the cabbage witch and continued chewing.
Fucking hell, these are so short. I can't even look away for a second, can I?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Would you
Why
care
would
to
you?
discuss one of my books? I hear that my...
Harry fished out another bit of cartilage. It was a cartilage mustard sandwich.
You shouldn't believe what everyone says about me. I took a shower with my cousin once, and I have racist thoughts.
A nibbit of yellow cartilage landed on Rape's shoe. He thought it was his cousin.
Thought about his cousin.
He thought about his cousin.
Chapter 5.
Okay, this chapter then.
Inquisitors were torturing Harry.
First, Ignatius used the rock.
Then Billy asked Harry if he wanted to read his BDSM blog. Harry was so surprised that his pants flew right off. He was wearing woman's underpants.
Inquisitors were wearing them too.
They realized that they were all men of the Lord.
Chapter 6.
Oh, this is awesome. Zane, your
Ed?
line.
Oh shit, fuck. Ah, dude. Harry awoke to the throaty grumble of a rape ape.
Not a rape ape, but the rape ape. The last of his kind after the subjugation of the rape forest. His people once graced the canopy, their penile digits proudly grasping the vines as they swung through the night, their hundreds of sweaty simian dongs trailing a now fetid memory in the rape ape's watering eye. As his ocular ducts began to well with ancestral pride, so too did the countless meaty members sprouting from the rape ape's every hairy inch. From his eye sockets, ear holes, even his calloused toes, a penile font of Cryjuice birthed the deluge.
What the fuck?
It's a chimpanzee covered in dicks.
Okay, then. Harry observed this with consternation as he was tied to a table. Neither magic nor supracosmic strength would free him from his bonds. Had this creature access to an unknown material of deistic strength? Or did the rape ape have a secret yet more baffling?
I'm already emotionally drained from this story. It's been a roller coaster in like 5 minutes already.
But it's only been one emotion.
Well, at least you're not physically sick.
Harry squinted so he could see the more subatomic strings of the ropes. He began tossing antimatter at them with his mind as a group of children entered the rape ape's hiding place. They were well groomed and impeccably tired, and there were 5.8 of them. Just enough to represent an array of genders and races that would leave no one unhappy, save for the Eskimos.
Yeah, fuck the Eskimos, am I right?
They were on their own as far as the rape ape was concerned.
Why do you cry, rape ape? Asked Child 3.2.
The rape ape, unwilling to hide its greasy primate cock tears, hung its head, and gravity coaxed the eye wangers downward. It tied them together in a brow atop its head to be pretty for its guests.
Dick ball.
We are bound in this ligature of lingam, brother rape ape, said Child 4.6.
The children surrounded Rape Ape, holding their hands, and began to sing. Harry was transfixed as he watched the children, gently swaying with the song, float upwards. The little ones began to orbit the Rape Ape, who was convulsing as though stricken by the seizure devil. As the song increased in tempo, the child flesh bubbled and merged in a spinning wonder turbine. The fleshy kid mass sprouted hair and groin dribblers just like the Rape Ape, and sprayed confetti into the skies of past and future, setting the constellations aflame with the opalescence of the perished Rape Apes. An explosion of color and hair left Harry Potter alone and still bound. He thought about sandwiches. Chapter 7.
Harry Potter awoke in a pit that reeked of hot sauce. He could feel viscous fluid under his fingernails, burning the tender skin.
It was
Everywhere
hot
were
sauce.
white. What?
It was hot sauce.
Yeah, probably. Everywhere were white bags bulging with foul product. They were diapers stuffed with chicken bones and hot sauce, their foul odor blossoming in the muffled dark. Harry's nostrils begged his brain for mercy. He flew upwards, away from the saucy mysteries below. The smell grew faint, calling him to return. Harry ignored their lies, flying beyond the lips of his prison. He was in a laboratory, with machines that had no purpose beyond blinking lights and soft hums. Oh, so an old horror movie, okay.
Much.
Hello, my boy son. You make a father so good.
Harry had flown out of the nose of an old man. This man wore a white coat, yet was drawn by the hand of an idiot. His voice came not from his mouth, but from elsewhere, a sad attempt at humanity.
Probably came out of his ass, just saying.
That's honestly an amazing description for like an eldritch human monstrosity.
This is like Lovecraft's mixed with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I love it.
I love the description of it looked like a man, yet was drawn by the hand of an idiot.
Yes. I like the sad attempt at humanity phrase. That one's pretty cool. I know you'll do so well. Now you choose.
The man reached into his coat and laid out 3 diapers. Ew. Each brimming with the spicy bones of a nose prison. He removed his head and stuck it onto a spike on the counter to keep it from rolling away. The diapers began to stir as creatures crawled out of the bony wombs. Arrayed before Harry was a turtle, the reptilian body so frail that it seemed an afterthought to the shell, a bald weasel with toothpicks for legs, and a wrinkled thumb in a glass of water. The old man's head came out from the spike.
My favorite Pokemon starters.
Sneak peek at Gen 8. Is that what's the next one coming up?
I think it'd be Gen 8.
Whatever.
Gen 8 starters. My choice is the wrinkled thumb in a glass of water.
I like bald weasel toothpick.
I guess I'd choose the frail turtle.
Everyone has one. Make your best friends for life.
Oh God, it is Pokemon starters. Harry drank the glass of thumb water and spat the thumb at the old man's head.
Ah, gross.
One grateful little bitch.
You, Professor Sequoia. All right.
Is it my turn? Or...
Yeah. Chapter 8.
Severus Snapplebottom began his life as a hand on which were perched each of the 5 fist presidents.
First.
Hand on
Not
which
fist.
perched of the fuck. Everything's dying in me. First
breaking thing.
of a country called America. The first 2 presidents, Gib and Sawanshash, were turned into ashes by a passing wave of fast food regulation. Their ashes were consumed by children in various Wendy's establishments. Each plastic packet was a coffin of their memory, and no one knew what their name. Even though they were listed on the ingredients list. These children became soldiers in wars fought for control of who had all the bullets. Whoever shot the most bullets the fastest won.
That's usually how wars work, though.
All right. Also, for what's coming up, I think we do need to read this one of them at a time for each of us because, oh my God.
Okay, let's do it.
The 3rd president, Wahuli, went to a country that was nothing but a desert with half-buried turkeys. Sometimes turkey butts were above the sand, sometimes a leg or a head. Wahuli tripped and fell into a turkey head, where he was eaten and ordained as a rabbi. He was sent to trim the beards of 157 toads, whose beards were absorbing the water that was used for the next year's crop of shovels. Without these shovels, the peasants would be unable to shovel the ashes of their children from the bullet wars. Wahuli took these beards and formed a lasso. This lasso was a ropey wonder. He used it to tear off his penis and write the 13 commandments of America upon a passing eagle in cock's blood.
Here we go. 1. You are stupid.
2. Baby, someone cut off my dick and wrote in America with it.
Someone wrote an American with my dick. 3. If a whale tries to sell you a pumpkin, don't.
4. Your hair is an artifice. Throw it
Hair,
away,
not
but
hair.
don't let anyone see you do it, or you'll be kicked out of school.
5.
Not
Always
hair.
collect a ghost's shadow if it leaves one behind. It will be worth something someday.
6. Starbucks napkins are hereby the new currency, but only after they are smeared upon the corpse of a mule. The exchange rate will be 13 mules to 1 napkin. That's honestly a pretty good deal.
Yeah. 7. Taxi cabs will be used to build a pyramid with 290 sides. It will be the White House, and the president will live there for 17 years at a time while you eat your children's ashes on a bun.
On Father's Day, you will enter an invisible box and be plunged into the ocean. There, you will enter an undersea candy store, but you will never have enough Starbucks napkins to get what you want.
Also, the one Zane just read was number 8.
Yeah.
Because, believe me, shit's gonna get weird. 7. It was all spam. All of it. Check the box and delete it. Now delete yourself, for you are spam.
That was number 9, not number 7. Just saying.
I say 7? Whoops.
10.
9.
10. All clocks will be inscribed with the entirety of the alphabet to save time. This is the alphabet.
6 plus 7 equals A.
14 times 12 equals B.
16 minus 11 equals President Wahuli.
And so on until you reach the period, which is the end of the alphabet.
11. All previous constitutions are writ by false writers, whose passing eagles were inferior, and whose cocks had fewer things in them, except only the American Constitution.
It seems everyone's passing eagles become more and more inferior as time goes by.
Usually,
12. Spend your adolescence as a duck, waddling in a circle until you become an egg full of dust.
All time is a knotted ball. You can hide it anywhere in your body, and it is still time.
The one was 13.
Mm-hmm.
President number 4, whose name was not a name but a multitude of hot dogs in the shape of swastikas, decided that he would create the Gilded Age. This was a time in which every edge was embossed with a gold trim, like a wedding cake invented by Thomas Edison. All the women wore bonnets made of butter and were picked up by their feet and spread on toast in the summer. It was all for naught, because this was not the toast of the righteous. It was a feeble toast, one which withered with the coming of the sun. Not even the crows would touch it, preferring the taste of moldering poop water. But the crows were put in dressers and sold to the highest bidder, where they underwent liposuction.
President 5 disliked the conservative leanings of his brothers, so he became an infinite two-dimensional grid of pink and green squares. Each square had a vagina upon it. These vaginas each emitted a spear of light upon which was skewered an endless succession of planets. Each carried a culture dedicated to a single sex act. The further down the skewer the planet was, the more orifices possessed by its denizens, and the more gymnastic their sexual culture. The world's. ...
Honestly, I just never want to go to the planet devoted entirely to missionary. Sounds
If it ain't
really
broke, don't
fucking
fix it.
boring.
Oh, boy.
Sounds really fucking boring.
Harry
Chapter
Potter
9.
lay, dreaming. In his mind there is a hat, suspended. It comes unhinged, traveling beyond the dream. The hat finds a sunlit hill, studded without flowers, and children gorging themselves on chocolate. Chewing faces are smeared with brown residue. Perched atop the hill on its brim, the hat is still. It rolls down the hill, skating between the chocolate-stuffed children. It comes to one child, and stops. Without chocolate, the child stares blankly at its neighbors filled with emptiness. The hat points its empty bottom at the child and sprays a glittering beam of rainbows. They encircle the child's hands, transforming them into chocolate. Tears of joy streak down the child's smile as it begins eating its hands. The hat flies into the sky. The child waves a brown stump.
Okay.
Wow.
This is an acid trip.
A hat ascends to a palace of clouds. Within, God, bearded and weeping, sits beside a mountain of tiny angels. One by one, he picks them up and tears off their wings. He then places them into separate baskets. The hat approaches God, and the rainbow is deployed. It encircles God's crotch. A giant chocolate phallus emerges from God's robes. Dropping his broken angel, he breaks off a piece of his candy member and smears it on his lips. With a chocolate-studded smile, he slowly raises his fist and gives the hat a thumbs up.
Well, I cry when angels deserve to die, so... The hat travels into space. It finds itself before the sun. It is a tiny dot before the immensity of the cosmic fire. The hat trembles. A tremendous rainbow issues forth, embracing the sun like a wedding vow. The fire cools and deadens. A chocolate tidal wave roars from its poles and meets at the center. On Earth, the skies blacken. The flowers turn to dust. Humanity expires silently, like an infant in its crib. The hat drifts through space, dreamless. Wait, is that it?
Yep.
Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was super entertaining.
Oh, yeah. That was fucking insane.
That was something. A good something, at least, unlike some of the other things.
Oh, yeah. This didn't make me want to kill myself.
It makes me want to kill myself in the right way.
How does that even work?
Also, that's
Jesus,
what I thought
bro.
of. That's what I thought of when it said God raises his hand to the hat and gives it a thumbs up. For anyone who's wondering, I just sent a picture of Buddy Jesus into the chat. Look it up if you haven't seen it.
I don't know why, but that picture immediately made me think of that one film done by Stone Gremlins Productions. I told you about it,
you said
Tom.
Jesus, bro, and like
Jesus, bro.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was awesome. Oh, great. Now we're gonna have to read something terrible, aren't we?
Wait, so you quit making snuff films because you converted to Christianity? No, because they weren't paying me enough.
It's terrible.
Fucking love that movie.
Anyway, should we do our sign off?
Yeah. This is Llytic.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Cock Chainsaw.
And we just read something with a physical god possibly more terrifying than me. See you next time!